Welcome along and welcome back to Six Ashes. We are on day 5 of winter and we're heading down to the allotments here because I realise in all the work we've been doing recently that we haven't actually given any manure or water to our greenhouses. So I need to deal with that first today, get these running again, get these bringing in some extra money for us. We also need to do some work with our horses today. So we're going to take a break from doing all of the yard reconstruction. We're going to continue that in the next video for day 6. But for day 5, I need to make sure that we are all where we need to be. Now, have we got... We've got 97% manure there. That's a good amount we had in that trailer. Perfect for what we were doing. So 97% will do for now. We could top it off with the little bit that we have down here. And I kind of do want to do that. I want to put, actually, we've got the equipment, the bits that we need to make a little sort of area there to store that in. So we might load that up and just do this and work a little bit around here today first. Our water trailers should have enough water in order to do this job as well. That's why this is left down here now and why we have the water pump on the horses. And yeah, there we go. So we'll just unload a little bit of water from our universal tank, fill this all up and get this going again. So this will then start generating money from our allotments again, which is what we're looking for. And then I'm just going to bring my trailer back over here, pick that manure we've got there up, put it in the trailer, top off the manure we've got here so that it keeps going for a little while. And then we'll be able to put a little bit of a storage area down here to hold that better. I don't like that we haven't got any sides on our manure area down here. So let's just reverse this up a little bit. Drop it off again. Like so. And then we'll come around and we'll just pile the manure into there. And we've got a fair amount of space down here for manure storage. Our horses generate slightly more manure than we need for this. Let's get into reverse. And so we end up storing a little bit here normally. The reason why we had less up here this time is because during the yard construction, we actually ended up emptying out most of the manure or clearing away most of the manure that we had just in the construction. So we had less in this trip. But as you can see, it is generating more than enough for us to actually keep this area going. I have considered selling off these beehives and maybe trying to do something similar to the global company beehives we have on Bessie Beneath. But I think we're better off probably actually just leaving those here. And I think if I do try and clear them off, it's going to end up clearing all of this area off. And I don't want to risk doing that. So, yeah, there we go. 3 full loads. In fact, let's just save ourselves a little bit of time and get this in here. Of course, the other thing that we're going to be doing next time that people keep reminding me about a lot is the fact that we need to get a pressure washer. The state of my tractors is awful. And yes, a pressure washer absolutely high on the list for the remaining improvements to the yard. I've been spending a lot of time trying to find the right sheds and everything to fit together. And I think the design we've got for that rear area is actually going to be really, really good. So let's head over here and we're going to add to this. So purchase, and I think it's under miscellaneous in the tidier shop, if I remember correctly. Silos and crop storage. Here we go. So we got bulk space small or this one, 1,800 or 3,000. I think we'll see if we can get the 3,000 one in. And you can see I've been looking at stuff to go in our yard. Where are we? Here we go. So will this fit on our area? And just give us... That is probably a little bit bigger than I want. We're not going to go that high. So we will use the smaller one. Yeah, that's much better. We just need a corner, really. Just a little area here in order to store stuff. So we'll put that down like so. And that is perfect. Yeah, like that. And then we'll just hook the trailer up. And that gives us somewhere where we can just put all of our manure when we need to. And it'll pile up and it won't spill out onto the grass or anything like that, which is massively useful for us. So let's tip this. And that goes in there absolutely perfectly. And we've just got a little area for our manure. So let's head back up to the main farm. This is now going. We need to go and do a little bit of work now with our horses and make sure that they are working as they should. Back to the yard. And there are our horses. We'll start with the carrots because A, we should be able to empty our box with that, or with this bucket on, and B, it means that we don't have to switch the front of here where we've apparently still got manure in, and I do kind of need something to wash this out. We now have a shed though to start putting our trailers and things in. This is brilliant. I want to start putting stuff away. The thing I do have is that we're still going to be doing some work with the ground here. We still got sort of the sandy ground, which I don't want to leave. I want this to be properly concrete all the way through here, I think. So we've still got that to do. Now I should have some carrots that are on the floor. Yeah, they're over there. So let's go and load them up. Round the back here. Everything just sort of sitting out at the moment because we need to get it all put away eventually. So let's bring this up here and we should be able to get a few carrots into here. Oh, will it let me do it? No, we can't fill from these boxes. Let's just bring this up. Refill type descriptions. So it should... Okay. Should be stuff filling, but it's not. I've not got anything in here. Let's just... what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bring this up. So this is the easy controls. I want to make sure that the universal bucket is empty. So I'm going to empty that completely. It was empty, but I wanted to show as not got manure or anything in. And then, hopefully, I'll walk up to this. So the refill does not seem to be working. It seems to be something that should, but it's not. And in fact, I'm all the way out here and I have no idea what that refill is. So that is a little bit weird. We will go and get the forks though. I wonder if that's something to do with those boxes not working as they should. Let's bring this over here. My hope is that we can just take them over to the horses and it will work fine though. So where are my forks? Over that way. Box turner forks are on and I have a partially filled box over here. That's a bit weird. Okay, I don't quite know what's going on. Is that that is an empty box? I wonder if this was filling one box to another. That's a bit strange. Right, let's get these properly in here though. So down and in, straighten it up. Yeah, so our box tipping forks and they seem to be working all right. Now if these empty directly into here, that would be brilliant. Otherwise I'm going to try the box tipper. No, there we go. That is brilliant. So what I can do in the same way as I have as I tend to leave the bales here, we can leave a pallet of carrots here and just leave that going. We could also leave a pallet of oats here and that will just keep our horses fed for a good long while. I love that. That is brilliant. I think what we might have to do though is put a cover over that feeding trough if I can. See if I can get a shed or something over that. Just for a touch of realism for the feeding, so that my horses aren't feeding from crop that's getting or feed that's getting wet and things like that. But that will keep them going for a good long while, and we'll have to worry about the horses less, which as our farm expands is something we really need to do. So we'll drop this trailer off, and I want to get all of this equipment put away as well, but I don't really want to do it until I've got the yard fully set up. Otherwise we're gonna get stuff in the wrong places. So let's take oats. Okay, so somehow I've triggered a refill trigger. That is so weird. Right, let's get into this. Yeah, something is a little bit weird with these boxes. I think these are these might not be the Realismus modding boxes that I got. I will have to have a play around, but yeah, I think putting at least half of this in a undercover would be a good idea. Yeah, and there we go. So that goes in there as well. We push this towards this end, and then I think we just need some hay in there. So we'll grab a bale spike, get some hay in here, and then get the straw refilled as well, and that will sort our horses out rather nicely. My biggest worry about putting any kind of cover over that is the fact that when you do a placeable, it ends up making the land flat. That area there is not flat under any kind of thought. As a result, I'm not sure that that's quite going to work as I would hope. I think it's going to cause an issue one way or the other. However, I should be able to manipulate the land under it afterwards. Yeah, this is not a flat area by any stretch. So I think it might be a case of something I have to save. But that would just keep, even if we could just get this top half under a shed, that would be good. So let's just have a look at that. I'm going to save it first. So if this does go horribly wrong, then we can rework it. So let's save that. Best undo button for landscaping in Farm Sim 19. And then let's see what we can place here. I think this small shelter here should be just about perfect. 7 meters by 15 meters should be good. Doesn't stick out too far. Should be 15. Yeah, 15 meters is about right for where we want. If we spin around, we can get this so we're very nicely in line with the edge here, like so. And then we just need to get it at the right angle. We would kind of want to even it out. There we go. That's perfect. So we then want to just sort of get it in the middle. We're going to be putting it... The thing that makes it look so odd is the slope we're going down on. But if I get it here, you can see that we are still in line with this. Now, we can't put it on there. So, game had a little bit of hiccup. We want to try and get it in the middle of that, if I can. Can we zoom out a little bit and get positioning good? Right, so that there, I think, is roughly where we want it. Now, if we go down to the lowest level, so control, that would be right down there. If we go to the highest level, that would be up there. So I want it to be about midway through. In fact, we want to be getting just the feet at the bottom disappearing. So there, and hopefully this is not going to cause too big a problem. Here goes. There we are. So that has placed there. You can see the difference in height now from all of this, and the difference in height on our road. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get all of this to be nicely leveled out if we can, and pull this back up. So escape out like that. Start landscaping it, and we want to try and smooth out the road here, and smooth this along from that top section. So try and bring this along here. So I'm going to take a smaller one of this, F1, and we want our brush strength massively increased for smoothing. So to do that is not the brush size, is Control Q and E. So we'll take this up to 1, and then we'll smooth out along here. And I want smooth from the top down. So just try and get this so that it smooths it out a bit. Yeah, and smooth it from here downwards. Bring that bit up. We're going to bring the top up in a minute, so we'll be doing a bit more smoothing because this is where it gets interesting. We need to bring this up to here. So I've got a brush strength of 1. We're going to take this down to 0.5, and this is where having a save is going to begin to come into play, because you can see that we are having a little bit of issue just trying to get this pulled up. And I'm going to bring my brush size down a lot more and just try and pull up the road here a little bit, and then we'll push down again. And it's trying not to make craters. It's trying to just sort of get things so that they're roughly back to where they were along there. And then with any luck, what we can do is get this to even out here. You see, again, we're now needing a larger brush stroke, a higher brush strength, and smooth again. Just smooth this down so that we can get our whole game to behave itself. And we probably should have done the should have not put these bits here first. But if we can get this back to where it was, that would be great. That's not too bad, actually. That's smoothing out rather nicely. We're having to sort of do the bits between the stuff here. Let's go for a bigger brush size and smooth out this road. I think we're a little higher than we were before, but that's all right. That sort of smooths out there. That then smooths out there. And here we know that we need to come down a little bit. So again, brush size down, brush strength down, and we'll just tweak that a little bit to bring it down to there. And the same here. And then up with the brush size again. And smooth that out. And what we're aiming for is to get this roughly where it was before. If I can do that, then I'm doing well. That looks pretty good, actually. I'm pretty happy with that. Should we have a look and see? Well, let's just smooth this out a bit. Make sure that we're smooth going up to this. We're going to have to bring it up a little bit at this corner because otherwise we've got that coming down. But brush size up, smooth it out again. Just bring it down enough to see the bottom of that without making everything disappear. There we go. That, I think, is pretty successful. Actually, that is really successful. I can't see anything there overly floating. That is... we got a little bit of floating here, actually. You can see that we need to bring this side of this road up a little bit. Otherwise, we've got a little bit of smoothing at the top, but that is all. That is all good, and should do us fairly well. Is that is still floating? So yeah, we need to bring it up at this end here. So let's do that. And our best bet for this is size down on the road, and we'll go and have a look at the road and make sure this is all brought up to the level of our fence. It's the trouble with doing this at a 0.5 is that it's gonna cause us to have an issue with this, but smooth it out. Can take it down slightly, and then if we smooth, yeah, there we go. Bring it up. If smooth it from this side, we end up with, I'm going to flatten a little bit. There we go. And then smooth. And it's always it's such a hair trigger thing, this. If you can get it right, it works really, really well. There we go. And pull that up to a really high level for smoothing. And smooth this out. And then zoom out and try and get this a little bit. We are embedding this in the ground a little bit. But overall, it should mean that we still get a nice, good road there. We should end up getting this smoothed out down here, and those are going to pop out the ground a little bit, but I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. That has smoothed to a level where we've got this nice area now that our horse paddock has a feeding trough. That's a bit, again, we're still a bit high up here, but we're good along the road here. We're good there. I think it's just that top end that needs smoothing out a bit. Everything else, oh yeah, and that bit there. And this is it. If you take time and patience with the landscaping tool, you'll find that actually it will work really well for you, and just has and can be used to great effect. There we go. Just smooth it all out. And the smoothing tool is the greatest thing in this. If you want to make small changes with the up and down, and then smooth it out with the smoothing tool as much as you can. It's easier also if you're not trying to work in amongst buildings. That can be quite a difficult thing as well. And you can see here, I've got a very small bit here that I need to then lift. So I take this as small as possible, get it as far away as I can, reduce this down, brush strength, so that I'm down to a small level, so I can just do that. And that, you see, even that was too far. Right, and then again, increase the size, increase the strength, smooth it out. It's so difficult to get this exactly where you want it. Because it just can be so finicky. There we go. Right, pretty happy with that. How's it looking inside? Yeah, it's this bit here. Right, okay. So increase the size of this to pretty big. Then increase my brush strength. This is not a once and done process, this. That's the thing about it. Especially if you've got bits like this in here. Smooth over a large area as well helps. There we go. I think that is about as close as I'm going to get it. We've got no concrete in the back of this anymore, so that's good news. We've got no floating fence posts as far as I can see. Those are all embedded. That's good. We've got no big lumps anywhere, and we've got a new shed to for around our horse stuff. Last thing I want to do, though, is change this over to ground, and I don't want to have concrete below this. So take this down, switch over to grass, and we're just going to regrass everything under here. Might put a little bit of dirt around the front of it, but I want either grass or dirt around this, because this is a feeding trough in a horse field. Then this one here, I think, is that woodland or is that that's woodland? That's not what I want. I want partial grass, which is around here somewhere, or not. We want the mud then, which is that one. We'll just put some of that around the front of this. You can see actually where we didn't get any in. There we go. Where the horses have just had a bit of a meal around. Yeah, and then just a bit of that as well. There we go. That's what I want. That just puts a little bit of mud around the base of this. Makes it look a little bit more realistic. And we'll do it around our boxes like that. And there we go. That is our new horse feeding shed. Absolutely brilliant. Very happy with that. Got a little bit more cleaning up to do, but we've got a little bit more cleaning up to do around the yard in general. That works. I am very, very happy with that. And in fact, I think that is probably the perfect place for us to end this video. So I'm going to leave this here. We will be back to doing some more work on the yard next time, finishing this off. For now though, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.